You're burning the candle at both ends, and someone just handed you a blowtorch. Emails are piling up, clients need you, the dog needs you. Your inbox has started giving you anxiety just by breathing near it. And the thought of hiring help, well, that feels just like another task on your already unhinged to do list. Sound familiar? You've built something real. The clients are rolling in, revenue's growing. On paper, you're living the small business dream.
Why am I so sad?
But here's the plot twist nobody warns you about. Growth can be just as overwhelming as failure. It just has better branding. You're not just tired, you're towing the line of burnout, clutching your coffee like a lifeline, and wondering when your business became a demanding toddler that never takes a nap. What used to light you up now just drains you. You know you need help, but between the decision fatigue and the fear of trusting someone else, who probably isn't going to alphabetize your folders correctly, hiring feels like another mountain you just don't have the energy to climb. Well, today I'm giving you the rope and the map. This isn't about corporate org charts and HR lingo. This is about hiring your first real support strategically and without losing your mind in the process. If you've ever said, I don't have the time to train someone, this one's for you. Because once you take on that first hire, everything changes. And yes, you can still be in your comfy pants while doing it. Welcome back to another episode of The Cozy CEO. Well, hey there. I'm Kimberly Ferguson, CEO and founder of The Emerald Edge. I'm so happy that you're here, truly. The Emerald Corner is where strategy meets soul, and where owning a business means building a life you actually want to wake up to. Not one that has you questioning your sanity by 10 a.m. every Monday. Today, we're diving into how to hire a team when you're already stretched thinner than your last cup of coffee at the office. Here's what we're going to cover. How to figure out what to delegate, because everything is not a strategy. How to train without turning into a full-time professor of your own processes. And how to measure success in real life metrics like energy and clarity and time freedom, not just cold hard cash, though we like that too. You'll hear real stories, walk away with practical tools, and get a few mindset shifts that might surprise you. Because leading like a CEO doesn't start when you hit 7 figures. It starts when you stop trying to be your own assistant, strategist, admin, and espresso machine all at once. Let's get into it. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Burnout doesn't mean you're broken. It means you've been doing the absolute most for far too long, without backup, without boundaries, and probably without lunch. Here's the sneaky part. When you're smart, capable, and annoyingly good at everything, people assume you can just keep going. So you do. You're pulling rabbits out the hat, solving client emergencies like a magician on Red Bull, and everyone thinks that's just your normal Tuesday.
I can't keep doing this.
You're not falling behind because you're lazy or unmotivated. You're falling behind because your business has outgrown your bandwidth. That's not a character flaw. That's a growth milestone. This isn't the part where you push harder. This is the part where you shift out of doing all of the things mode and into actual CEO territory. So before your brain throws a full-blown tantrum, let's do a gut check. Are you working nights and weekends just to catch up? That's not hustle, friend. That's survival mode in a cute blazer. Are you delaying big decisions because you're too overwhelmed to make them? Later is the most expensive decision you'll ever make. Are you snapping at your partners, your kids, or even the barista over basically nothing? If busy season has lasted more than 3 months, it's not a season. It's a lifestyle, and not the kind you want on a vision board. Are you forgetting little things you used to nail in your sleep? That's not flakiness. It's cognitive overload with a side of decision fatigue. You don't have a motivation issue. You have a capacity issue. You are the engine of your business. And right now, that engine is overheating and running on 14 open Chrome tabs and emotional caffeine. And that was the story of another business owner I met recently. He owns a construction company and was on vacation with his family. They were having a great time, and towards the end of the trip, he received an email. His wife said you could instantly see the change in the expression on his face. She knew something was wrong, and he even started getting a little snappy with her. That was the moment they knew something needed to change. Want clarity on what's draining you most? I have a business health assessment on my website. It's fast, it's free, and borderline therapeutic. You'll find out exactly where your biggest bottlenecks are and what to fix first before your brain files for resignation. One of the biggest hiring traps I see: business owners chasing job titles like they're collecting Pokemon. I need a VA. No, wait, an OBM. Actually, maybe I need a systems unicorn who's half project manager, half mind reader, and definitely available 10 hours a week for $12 an hour. Sound familiar? Well, here's the real talk. You don't need a title. You just need traction. You need someone who can take very specific things off your plate. Things that are actively draining your time, your focus, and your will to check your inbox. The problem is most entrepreneurs try to hire like they're building an executive team. They write job descriptions with 12 vague responsibilities, a sprinkle of Pinterest inspiration, and a panicked hope that this mythical person will somehow just get it. Spoiler alert, they won't. Not without clarity. So here's the reset. Forget the role. Zoom in on the tasks. Start where it hurts. What's the one thing that if someone else did it would make you want to weep tears of joy straight into your coffee? Start there. Hiring gets a whole lot easier when you stop writing fantasy job postings and just ask, what do I never want to do again? Let's kick things off with a task audit. That brings more clarity than your third iced coffee and a few less jitters. Let's talk about your to-do list. Not the aspirational one in your planner with stickers and color coding. The real one, the one that lives in your head, in your inbox, on sticky notes, and your subconscious guilt. Now that we've admitted it's chaos in there, let's sort it out using a simple task audit that will save your brain and your calendar from further collapse. Divide everything you do into 3 buckets. Number 1 is keep. These are the tasks that only you can do. Let me say that again. Only you can do these tasks. High-level strategy, client-facing brilliance, key decisions that affect the big picture. Ask yourself, if someone else did this badly, would my business implode or just mildly annoy me? If it's the former, it stays with you for now. Number 2 is we want to delegate. These are the repeatable, brain-draining tasks that anyone with basic training could handle. Scheduling meetings, formatting emails, updating spreadsheets, creating Canva graphics that don't take a master's degree. These are your first off the plate wins. Not risky, not sacred, just time thieves. And number 3, we want to automate. Tasks that don't need a human at all. Think calendar bookings, client reminders, welcome emails, form submissions. If it doesn't need a pulse, it doesn't need to be on payroll, period. Do this audit and suddenly, I don't know where to start becomes, okay, that can definitely go. And that, my friend, is the beginning of freedom. And if you want to get even more ninja level with this, let's throw your tasks into the profitability versus impact matrix. It's super simple, but very powerful. And no, there won't be a quiz on this later. But ask yourself 2 questions. 1, does this task make me money? And 2, does it require my brain power to be done well? Then let's categorize it. High profit and high impact equals you. These are your magic maker moments. This is where the brilliance happens. Guard it like your last slice of cheesecake. Again, for now. High profit and low impact, delegate these immediately. These tasks make money, but they don't need your unique genius. They are the, I'm going to do this, but I'm doing it in my sweatpants and I will resent it the whole time kind of tasks.
Listening. Go on.
Let someone else take them and keep your zone of genius for the good stuff. Then we have low profit and high impact. These are brand builders, content creators, big picture planning. These obviously matter, but they might not bring cash in today. So definitely schedule them, but watch the clock. They're dream building hours, not dollar printing ones. Then we have low profit, low impact. Let it go. Say it with me now. Let it go. You don't need it. Your business doesn't need it. Your nervous system definitely doesn't need it. Unsubscribe, delete, delegate to the void. Want a deeper dive into this matrix? I've got a full walkthrough linked above for you. Perfect for the next time you're trying to justify doing something useless just because it's quick. When you're already exhausted, the last thing you need is a new hire who waits around for permission like a Roomba stuck in a corner. You're not running a daycare, you're running a business. You want someone who can step in, figure things out, and keep the wheels turning without needing a 42-slide onboarding deck, 3 pep talks, and a psychic hotline to know what to do next. So how do you find these magical unicorns? Ask this in your interview or test project. How do you manage work when your manager isn't available? What you're listening for is golden. Proactive problem solving. Bonus points if they don't need to be hand-fed every step. Smart use of SOPs or tools you've already created. Sound judgment and clear communication, aka no, I wasn't sure, so I just didn't energy. You don't just need a helper, you need a handler, someone who will help run the business, not run to you every 5 minutes. Now let's talk about training, because I can already hear the excuses. I don't have time to teach someone how to do what I do. Cool, you don't have to. All you need is Loom. Open it, hit record, do the task like you normally would, except this time, narrate what's happening instead of the internal dialogue, which usually sounds like, why am I still doing this myself? Boom, you just created a training video in your fuzzy socks. No extra time required. This is called training in real time, and it's how smart CEOs build systems while staying in flow. No course platform, no long meetings, no fancy lighting necessary. And if you're more of a quiet genius type, and the idea of narrating a screen share makes you sweat, well, try Scribe. Click through the task like normal, and Scribe automatically creates a step-by-step guide with screenshots, links, and instructions. It's basically the Hermione Granger of training tools, efficient, accurate, and quietly running the show. And yes, it's a paid tool, but so is your sanity. If it saves you from having to explain the same process a dozen times, or worse, redo something someone misunderstood, well, it's paid for itself before your next nervous system flare-up. Remember, we don't spend money here. We invest in peace of mind, reclaimed hours, and businesses that don't crumble if we dare to take a day off. Feeling overwhelmed already? Hit pause and jump over to my website to take my business health assessment. It'll show you exactly where to build support first. No guesswork, no spiraling. Hiring helps you breathe today. Systemization helps you exhale permanently. It's the difference between, thank goodness she handled that, and wait, how does anybody do anything around here without me? When every task has a clear, repeatable process, you're no longer the bottleneck. You become the architect, the person who designed the business to run without 27 Slack pings a day and a nervous twitch every time your phone buzzes. This is how you go from doing all the things to building a business that could actually someday run while you're at brunch. Imagine.
You're absolutely right.
Let's say you hire someone to manage client onboarding. Delegation is showing them how once and saying, just text me if you have questions. Spoiler alert, they will. Systemization is saying, here's the checklist, the templates, the step-by-step guide, and the calendar reminders. Knock yourself out. Checklist lives in Google Drive, Asana, ClickUp, whatever you use to stay sane. Templates are linked, labeled, and ready to go. Automations are set to remind them so you don't have to. Now the process doesn't live in your head. It lives in the system. And it runs whether you're on a client call or in the Target checkout line, convincing yourself you don't need another throw pillow. You do, but that's another video. Systemizing is more than just efficiency. It's insurance. When you hire someone new, you're not reinventing the wheel. You're handing them the playbook. When you go on vacation, the work still happens. Yes, it really does.
I never thought that was possible.
When your business grows, it doesn't feel like a slow slide into chaos. It feels structured, like it was built to grow. Bonus tip, create a living systems document, a single source of truth where you link every SOP, video, and template. That way, your team always knows where to go, and you stop answering the same, "Where's that thing again?" Slack message 14 times in 1 week. Because yes, you're brilliant, but no, your brain shouldn't be your company's filing cabinet. I'll hire when it makes financial sense. Sound familiar? It's basically the business owner version of "I'll rest when I'm dead." Inspiring in a gladiator kind of way. Terrible in real life. Here's the thing. Waiting for perfect ROI before you get help is like refusing to eat until your metabolism improves.
I'm feeling very attacked right now.
Burnout isn't something you budget around. It's something you build against. In the early stages of hiring, the most important return isn't money. It's relief. Relief from the pressure cooker schedule. Relief from always being the bottleneck. Relief from mentally writing your to-do list during dinner. Because when you're not frazzled, you're focused. And focused CEOs don't just build better businesses. They build ones they actually want to keep running. So let's do some quick math. Because yes, it still makes dollars and cents. Let's say you hire someone at $25 an hour for 5 hours a week. That's $125 a week. You just bought back 5 hours of your life. Let's assume your CEO time is worth $150 an hour. Conservative, honestly. That's $750 in value per week in exchange for $125. That's a 6 times return. And that's before we even factor in the luxury of not falling asleep with your laptop on your chest. But it's not just about money. 5 hours a week is 260 hours a year. That's 260 bedtime stories. 260, "Hey babe, want to go for a walk" moments. 260 deep breaths instead of deep sighs. 260 chances to build the life your business was supposed to support. And while that may not show up on a spreadsheet, the cost of not having it, oh, you feel that.
Just need to relax.
We've just walked through a roadmap that most business owners wish they had before they hit the wall. You now know how to identify what's draining your time and energy, hire strategically without needing a corporate HR department, train your team while doing the actual work, fuzzy socks included, build systems that don't collapse the moment you take a real weekend, and measure success in peace, presence, and possibility, not just profit. This isn't theory. This is the practical, powerful path back to clarity, control, and joy in your business. So what's next? You stop trying to do it all. You start stepping into your role as the leader that your business and your life needs. You let go of the idea that being the glue is the goal, and you start being the visionary. You do not have to keep white knuckling your way through growth. You do not have to choose between a thriving business and a life that feels whole. Your business should give you more, not just more money, but more margin, more meaning, more you. And when you're ready to go deeper, when you want a guide who's walked this road and can help you build something smarter, simpler, and wildly more sustainable, my team and I are here for you. We're not just here to grow your revenue, but we'll do that. We're here to help you build a business that loves you back. I'll share the link to a free consult below if you're ready to get started. Well, thanks so much for spending part of your day here at the Emerald Corner, where strategy meets soul and coffee is basically a co-host. This is your reminder that you can build a business that fuels your life, not drains it. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in my next video.